Across this great nation, there is a culture of people who carry on a heritage. They have an intangible quality that can't be described, but it comes from deep within their hearts. They share an appreciation for the greatest things that come from Mother Earth. They watch over, understand, and care for the vast wilds of this great country. Fishing, hunting, and trapping are the foundations that Canada was built on. For over 2 centuries, we have taken to the woods and water to pursue wild game. Today, it's about conservation, preservation, and wildlife management. Whether you are a man or woman, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management and proudly say, I am an angler and hunter. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters proudly presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, a proud partner of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine and Lund Boats. Yamaha ATVs. Browning Ammunition. Browning Firearms. Suffolk's Fishing Line. Rapala. Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools. Excalibur Crossbows. And Yukon Gear.
On a recent fly-in trip to Kesagami Wilderness Lodge with my dad and daughter, we caught countless walleye and pike, and in fact, they each caught their personal best northern pike. The great fishing at Kesagami is mostly due to the fact that it has special regulations put in place to make sure it remains a true wilderness fishing destination. I've been privileged enough to have visited Kesagami a few times in my career and tangled with some impressive pike. However, I've yet to even come close to my personal best northern. Out that way. This is the biggest fish for her for sure.
I caught the biggest fish.
Okay, put your rod over here. Come and sit with me. Hurry up. Hold your rod. Since we had an extra day to spend at the lodge after shooting an episode with my dad and my daughter, it meant there might just be a chance for me to get out and try to hook into one of Kesagami's legendary 50-inchers. You want to let him go?
I caught the biggest fish.
Whoa! I tried to let him go gently, but he's like mad that he got beat up by a little girl. But before I do that, I want to get Charlie on the water and give him a well-deserved half day off. I've been here a few times. I've seen countless shows of other TV shows at Kesagami, and I've never seen you in the boat.
You know, I started out on the water as a guide, so...
So you started here as a guide?
Yeah, I actually generated my own position as a guide, because they were all hired up, but they had a lot of guests who had booked trips, but they hadn't declared whether they're going to hire a guide, so they gave me a call list, called a bunch of guests, generated enough extra guiding that generated my own position. That's exactly how I started, yes. 2 months of guiding, and they pulled me off the water and put me in charge of the company, so.
Oh, I can never get sick of catching fish. It's a terrible sickness I have.
And I've noticed a difference when I first came as a guest back in '93. That you know, the size of the walleyes in particular, it's unbelievable. The numbers and the size of fish now. The pike have always been you know, well known, and I think that we've, you know, now that we've hit, you know, I think a couple of 54s. I don't think they hit 54s back in maybe in the day, but they certainly have.
54-inch pike.
It's insane, and measured and verified.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I see these things swimming in the bays.
Yeah.
I can't measure them with my eyes, but I can sure measure them compared to the pike that I've caught.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And,
you know, if you've caught a 40-inch or a 44-inch fish and you see something
they're
that
twice as wide.
Yeah.
You know, a 40-inch pike is, you know, a good chunk of a fish, but man, when you see these things, they're just, what is that?
Yep.
And some people come up here and hook into them, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's nice is, you know, you don't have to be, I mean, the anglers that are well accomplished will definitely, you know, put, you know, more trophy fish in the boat, but you know, the fishing can be as simple.
What are you saying? I'm not that accomplished? Or? You know what? All you need is a reel, line, a leader, and a fishing rod.
Yeah,
right?
and you're going to get, you know, 10-year-old kids that are going to catch a trophy fish. You're going to get people that are inexperienced because it's not complex fishing. It's fairly easy.
Yeah.
And that's been a nice draw.
Whether you're out here in a rain suit, in the cold, or in a t-shirt and shorts, the fish seem to bite just the same, right?
Yeah, we are absolutely lucky with that.
But you do have to have a good guide that puts you on fish.
No pressure, right?
I thought I was going to look back there and catch him snoring. That would have been great. Hey, what's going on back there?
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Yamaha ATVs.
Huh. Yeah, we'll just keep going one after the other and see how many we can catch.
Yeah.
They look so good when their head wobbles,
I know.
eh? They look twice as wide as they are. Come on, I gotta catch one now.
Yes, exactly.
Charlie and I have known each other for many years, so it's about time we got to share some stories and enjoy what Kesagami is really all about, relaxing and catching fish. And he puts his fingers right in its mouth. What percentage of your clientele is there still a large percentage Canadian? Or?
Yeah, we're about 70% Canadian, 30% US, which is unusual for a lodge of our caliber.
Especially since the dollar did what it did.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I think previously, before we had that recession or whatever they called it and all the, at 9/11, a lot of things changed.
Yep, they did.
A lot of places were 80% American clientele. I found.
Now,
that I
yeah,
visit.
that's right. And we used to be a lot. We used to be about a 70, 70-30 split to the U.S. side.
Yep.
And we also did a lot of aggressive marketing to Canadians.
Right.
We had some a little more favorable pricing than the U.S. pricing, and I think there's a recognition of people from even as close as Timmins that this is a unique experience.
Yep.
It's not like going to fish the Kawarthas. It's not like going to the cottage for the weekend. It's a total experience. It's not just a fishing trip.
Yeah, like you could go to a lodge, so to speak, on Lake Nipissing, for instance, right? And I mean, it's a vacation, it's a getaway, but you're in the wilderness here. There's caribou, moose, like eagles soaring around. It's bears come and visit you at shorelines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes not so wanted, but
we're visiting their environment, basically,
yeah.
right? And it's all catch and release. So pretty much, unless you're eating fish for shore lunch, everything's going back in the lake.
Yep, and that's just made this fishery so incredible. We really are trying to promote a very family-friendly environment. It's not just a bunch of guys fishing. We aggressively discount. Kids 15 and under are half price. Even the older teens are 25% off. Spouses 25% off because we want to bring in the family element. And we know that when it's coming out of one pocketbook, it's tough to bring a family into a fly-in fishing trip just because of the cost associated. So we're trying to do our best to bring in families by aggressively pricing it that way.
Yeah, well, and it's beyond affordable, for what you're getting.
Right.
Like to sit with my dad and he'd say, geez, you could go to Niagara Falls for a weekend and it's a couple $100 a night at the Hilton or wherever,
right.
a steak dinner, and then you gamble or go to see a show. You're going to spend $2,000 or $3,000 in Niagara Falls. Well, you're not going to fly in a float plane and see all this stuff and catch all these fish and get the service you do
right.
In Niagara Falls or at a resort like that than you can in Northern Ontario, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you're still getting your steak at night. And
yeah, well, August. My daughter, I've never gotten to eat a steak. She ate her first steak here.
Right. Really?
And she was disappointed that steak wasn't for dinner again tonight.
Well, she's got the world famous ribs tonight that
wow.
the former owners won international titles for. So you guys will be in good shape. Yeah. Well, I'll make sure the chef has extras on for you.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty good. You got a great chef. And like I said, the food, the people, just everything about the place is top notch. It's probably one of the top destinations, I'd say, for someone to want to come fishing and experience, the wilderness lodge experience in North America. You know, I've been to the West Coast. Some of those are lavish, but lavish doesn't always mean a good experience.
Right.
You know, this place, I would come back every year if I could and just spend a few days here fishing without a camera.
Right, and just, yeah. Yeah, we are lucky. I mean, this is my happy place every summer. Yeah.
Oh, and there's one. Hey, what? Kesagami Wilderness Lodge is fishing paradise.
Are you gonna get it into that? Oh my God!
Lucky Strike does it again. Hey, who says you need a big net? You just need a good net.
This portion of Angler and Hunter Television brought to you by Browning Ammunition.
With Charlie headed back to the lodge and my dad and August out for a fun day on the water, I had the perfect conditions to find a secluded bay and see if I couldn't get some giant pike to chase my Terminator buzzbait. Oh, here we go. Got him. That was insane. He spooked a big giant one. A big giant one. Here I am with a big one. He spooked a bigger one that was yeah. So that right there says so much. You can burn this buzzbait, you can slow roll this buzzbait, and what happened is that fish is behind it so aggressively, yet he didn't hit it. I had a chance to drop that buzzbait. Oh, go get off. Got him. Oh man.
Oh, he's in there, he's in there.
I had to drop that buzzbait and jig it, and he came over and snapped it. And, you know, it's so incredible to think that that fish, I would have thought I wasn't going to catch him. You got the bait out? And then to wear these polarized glasses and see that fish and be able to drop the bait and get that fish to hit, you know? And that's a trick you learn bass fishing more than anything else. Instead of pulling your bait out of the water, you know, for the muskie you can figure 8, but when them pike are locked on it, drop it, and if you see them nose down and then tail up, you know they're gonna eat it. Oh, not the hugest pike in the world, but I mean, that is an awesome pike. And to see them come out of that shallow water right off the bank, chasing a buzzbait, big, thick greenbacks on them like that, and gonna put them right back in the water, and awesome fish. He's probably close to 40-incher, yeah, but not quite. I'm gonna say he's 39, eh? Yeah. Let's get another one. Whoa, he took right down. This is the old banana hook. I can't believe how much the wind picked up. Yeah, we got in here, it was flat, there's whitecaps on the lake. Hooked that beautiful pike. Eat it! That was not my doing. I told you. I told you. They're short strike. Got it! No! He was gigantic! I want my mommy! Did you see the mouth on that thing? I think it was Godzilla. I watched, this whole blade was gone. It went like this. And then I thought, is he gonna turn with it? I better pull in case he decides to flare. And I pulled it right out of his mouth. Here comes one. Big one. Got him! Yeah! He came out of nowhere and annihilated it. He's in my line. He's rolling around. Oh God, my line's in his mouth. This pike has the biggest head and the skinniest body I've ever seen. It's like he was waiting for it to come. Wait to see how wide this fish's head is. He was terminated. Oh, you had a chance at him. Now he's ornery. Now he's gonna get crazy. Now he's gonna bust stuff up. I got him, I turned him. I wrangled him. When you got fish this big and rods this heavy, at close range, it can get crazy. I got slack line in case he runs on you. You happy? Look at the size of the head on this fish. Oh, his face. Show him the width of that head. Look at the width. Big old gators. Nicely done. That's the way to.
Nice fish.
Yeah, short and sweet, that one. Look at the head though. Bye-bye. That's what it's all about here. You gotta have a heart monitor, I think.
Yeah.
You know? Like that guy came out of nowhere. We cast a few, the wind came up, and then out of nowhere, he just smashed it sideways and took my skirt. Oh no. Got any black skirts? How much are they?
The Fishing Edge is brought to you by Minn Kota and Humminbird.
To get the edge over the pike, I used a 7'2" heavy action Rapala R-type rod and a 200 series R-type reel spooled with 65-pound Suffix braided line. An 80-pound Suffix fluorocarbon leader tied to a stainless steel Terminator buzzbait had the pike in a frenzy. Mercury's 9.9 4-stroke had us idling quietly through the shallows, and a Lucky Strike cradle net made sure most of the big ones came in the boat. Topwater is without a doubt the most adrenaline-pumping way to try and catch a pike. When the water begins to move and shark-like wakes move through the shallows, it's all you can do to be patient and wait for that explosion of water and hold on for dear life. Got him! There we go. It's a big one. Hold on. Come on out of there, girl. Oh, fat, you're fat. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I can get the 30 inchers, 35 inchers, but them 40 plus inchers, they don't like me. Can you imagine a buzzbait? Hello, it's worth the plane ride to Kesagami just for this alone. Man, what a mouth. What a mouth. He's tearing that Terminator up. You want to see a fish that can wreck stainless steel? Just look at this buzzbait when I'm done with it. Holy. You gonna brave him? Jake's got it going on. Hey? Still got him? You want the kudas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesomeness. He has got it cornered somehow. I don't know if this is gonna work. We might want to use these. These are environmentally friendly jaw spreaders because it's in a weird corner there. See that? Can you see the hook?
Yeah, you're good. Just keep pulling. I can see it now, yeah.
But the buzzbait's bent. That's my problem.
Yeah.
There. Quick surgery. That's a fat one, eh? That is a beauty. Why are you making him slime me? Big girth.
Yeah.
Let her slide. That's a beaut.
Nice fish.
Yeah, man. Buzzbaits, you can't go wrong. Yeah, he torqued that thing all sorts of 6 ways to Sunday it was. But look at this. There's teeth marks in a steel bit blade and a lead head here.
Battle worn.
Wow. Thanks for the skirt, eh?
Yeah.
Think I can get one more in that old beater?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Silly. Silly snake pit. Ha 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 ha. Ready? Look at that face. Got him! Got him! Oh man, Another fat, thick pike, eh? He's hooked good. Got him on the search bait. I beat him up pretty good. He's not tired. Want me to get him with the pliers? Look at the belly on that, eh? They have a fat. Last cast of the day. Oh man, that is a short fatty. Nice, look how thick that is, man. Big fatty. But awesome, your heart races when that water boils and they smash that swim bait like that. That's the end. Let's get out of here. It's rib night.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is brought to you in part by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine. Angler and Hunter Television has been brought to you by Canadian Tire, Mercury Marine and Lund Boats, Yamaha ATVs, Browning Ammunition, Browning Firearms, Suffolk's Fishing Line, Rapala, Camillus Knives and Cuda Tools, Excalibur Crossbows, and Yukon Gear. For more information on the products used in this episode of Angler and Hunter Television, visit ahtv.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Remember, conserve and protect our great outdoors.